So it has been a minute since I started working on this thing, and I actually even finished one of the fillers. It is almost half of kilogram, and what I have accomplished with this is not much. Actually, I just started using the other filler, which is without the fiber inside, and it is still strong and it has a nice texture. You can see how I'm gonna try to show you how smooth this thing actually is. And unfortunately I haven't been able to finish what I started, so I have applied multiple layers, and you can see over here how much of them is on the ground. I have sanded everything back and applied new layer and sanded it and again and again and again till I got to this point. For now I think I'm gonna have at least 1 or 2 more layers in this area over here, which is this bump. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it exactly right, but I feel like over here I need to kind of add a bit of material as well. Over here it is needed. You can see that this edge is not right. I have to deal with this, so I have to fill this area over here, but I'm kind of getting closer to the end goal. But at the moment I'm not very hopeful about how the things are gonna turn out. If I can't do it perfectly, which I truly believe I won't be able to make this door perfect, I will at least try to make it straight and look nice, so it won't be so bothersome when it is looked at in a way. These 2 pieces over here, these 2 spots, I'm gonna try to fix. This was kind of better. I did it more accurately over here, but I messed it up this thing last night. I applied those layers, and anyway, over here, one moment. Anyway, over here I'm almost done with this. I'm hoping when I sand it down everything is gonna fit and I won't have to deal with this anymore. As for this, I'm close to finishing this as well, and it feels kind of nice actually. It is gonna be over here that I think I'm gonna be fixing this side. So I'm gonna begin sanding once again, because my primary objective is to finish the outside of the door, the driver's door. So let's get back to sanding. Well, this is how it looks like after I sanded down the top layer that was not needed, and I still have to add a bit of material over here and probably a bit over here. It is not much, so I don't know if I'm gonna apply something in this area. I'm still not sure about this, but over here there is needed some material in this area, and before I begin to deal with the other stuff, I'm gonna try to fix this edge that I'm having problems. So I'm gonna apply some material over here, and now I'm gonna clean it and I'm gonna start applying filler to see if I'm gonna be able to fix that edge over there. Okay guys, I don't know why I added so much material over here. I didn't need it to, but I had it, and just in case I wanted to make everything perfect. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to accomplish that, but I wanted to give it a shot. Over here, as you can see, I covered everything once again just to give it more structure and to try to sand it properly this time. I'm hoping that the third time is gonna be for charm. And as for the edge, I messed it up. I haven't applied enough material over here on the edge that I was most needing it. Most of the material went kind of high over here. I needed some material here as well, and it's not wasted, but I just wanted to focus my attention over here on the edge. So now I'm gonna try to quickly sand this once it is completely dry, of course. As you can see over here, the filler began to harden, so usually this is not something that you wanna use, but in my case it was in this area where I'm gonna remove most of it anyway, so I wanted to fix the bottom part. I'm gonna leave the camera for now and I'm gonna start sanding this thing once it is dry. I'm gonna focus my attention to the other areas. In the meanwhile, this is it. I'm gonna sand some more and I'm gonna try to show you once everything is finally done. And I have applied a new layer of filler, and you can see how much more surface I had to cover just to straighten everything, to make sure that everything is without any flaws. And the quality, I think it is a little bit better. I'm using little bit different technique at the moment, and to achieve this I'm using this larger tool. It is all tools that I'm using when I work on construction, on walls, and applying different types of materials on drywall, and so you may see the difference in the coverage. These are the other tools that I was using at the small spatulas, and this is so much bigger, and this allows me to cover more surface and in a way to make it a bit more straight from the get-go. And on top of that, I decided to use, I'm sorry about the mess, but you can imagine that there is no point of cleaning every 2 minutes. I'm gonna clean this once I'm done. I'm using this medium sanding block because as the tool that I'm applying the filler, this thing as well covers more ground and allows me to straighten everything properly. I have been struggling to do that with the smaller sanding block that I was using, which is this thing. This is actually a sponge, sanding sponge, old sanding sponge to be exact, because you can see how much I have used it, and this is kind of softer and gives me control when it comes to curves and stuff. But in this case I'm doing very well. You can see how well I was able to blend this thing with the bigger sanding block, so I'm kinda getting more and more confident. I'm remembering how to do stuff, so I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to fix the both edges, actually, not only the bottom one and this one, to straighten this thing as much as possible and begin working on the other stuff. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. So I'm trying to evolve here. Hopefully I'm gonna make a proper tutorial on my method. Probably is not the best method and probably is not the right method, but I'm gonna make a short tutorial once I have the chance to work on something like this again. I'm hoping that is gonna be soon, just to show you step by step what I'm doing. Now it is kind of random and it's not well done because I don't have the time. I'm once again pressured by the time and I have to finish this car and return it to the owner. So I'm gonna start sanding again, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to finish this panel and start preparing the other stuff. I'm gonna show you once I think everything is finished how it looks like. Hopefully you'll be able to tell the difference. So let's get back to sanding. Well guys, this stage is finally complete, and as I promised, I'm gonna show you the final result. It's not like I'm done with this thing. I still feel like I can do so much more with this, but once again I'm pressured by the time. I have spent more than enough time trying to fix this thing, and I had some side projects as well which were kind of messing my work on this car. So I'm doing this for someone else, and there is this time limit that I can't surpass, so I'm gonna have to finish with this thing. So I'm giving up, actually. There were some other stuff that I could have done with this, but I'm not gonna get into it. I'm just simply calling it quits. I'm gonna paint it as it is, and I'm not gonna spend any more effort and time on this. So the next step is gonna be to prep this car for a primer. For me to do that, I have already begun. I don't know if you can notice, but this door panel is sanded with 240 grit sandpaper, and I'm gonna even go through it with 320 grit. And once I primer this thing, I'm gonna sand it once more, and that I think is gonna be the final touch for me to actually be able to paint this thing. I'm gonna cut some corners, and I'm not gonna make this the proper way. I'm gonna skip disassembling this door and the glass and the door handle and the kind of the seals over here as I did on this one. I'm not gonna remove the doors from the car as I intentionally wanted, because I literally don't have the time, and I'm gonna make something stupid which is gonna involve way more wrapping the handles, the everything else. I'm gonna skip painting the fender and this part of the car. I'm gonna skip the bumpers, so I'm gonna stick to what I truly have to do here. And yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more time. Hopefully things are gonna turn out great. Great is strongly, but they're gonna turn out okay at least. and I'm gonna be able to move forward with the next projects, which I'm very behind with, and I'm truly excited about, and this thing is getting in the way of all of that. Let's put a stop to this madness and just focus on the most important things, which are gonna be to clean this mess as well as I can and prep the car for the next stages. So yeah, let's go.